What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today will be the second last video of the year and will consist of giving an update on my 5-year plan on going from 0 to €1 million net worth by the 1st of November 2026. So we're going to go through each of the 7 income streams / investment vehicles in today's video. So with all that being said, let's get straight into it. So firstly, just a brief summary or overview of these 7 investment vehicles or kind of income streams, and we can see on screen here that they consist of real estate, growth stock portfolio, dividend portfolio, ETFs, cryptocurrency, YouTube revenue / sponsorships, and other business. Now obviously I'm under no illusion at all that it's going to be very difficult and a lot of things need to go my way to get to that 1 million net worth in that 5-year period, especially when we're not going completely risky either. We're pretty much playing it fairly safe, particularly in the likes of the dividend portfolio and ETF portfolio, etc. But again, I do believe it's possible, and again, you need to have a plan set out to make your dreams become a reality. So the first of these 7 investment vehicles or income streams will be in real estate, and it's kind of no surprise this will probably make up the bulk of that 1 million over time, or definitely a high percentage of it anyway. Now, if you haven't seen any of my prior videos, I'll link it in the description below, where we actually bought a house that's currently being built at the moment and will be ready in April or May of 2022. So again, we haven't made many videos there yet, as again, it's only a few bricks at the moment. But once it's kind of built, we'll kind of start adding in definitely how much overall it cost, so I can start adding into my net worth here as well. Now again, we obviously have paid deposits, etc., but for the time being, we're going to keep it at 0. Again, I'm going to keep it fair as well. For example, obviously, like most people, you need to get a mortgage, so I'm not going to actually say out straight away we're going to own the whole house, which was not the case. So again, I'll put down how much we actually invested or put up front, and then we kind of each month goes by as we pay back the mortgage, I'll put in my net worth or I'll update it, and obviously I'll disregard the interest you have to pay on the mortgage as well to keep it fair. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. There's not a whole lot of updates over the last few weeks, especially as we're leading up to Christmas. Kind of the construction industry does kind of go quite a bit, but definitely from January onwards, we're really going to see the increase here in terms of the house being built, and we'll certainly start lumping in the capital, and we'll really start getting on the way towards that 1 million net worth. Next up will be my growth stock portfolio. Now this is next on the radar to kick off and kind of set a solid foundation as we head into 2022. So definitely over the next few days, I'm going to get this set up. We're kind of stuck at the moment in terms of picking which broker I actually want to use here as well. Now I have been looking into the likes of eToro, etc. at the moment. I definitely want to have fractional shares, whichever broker I pick. Now originally I was going to use DeGiro, whichever way you like to pronounce it, but for example, the likes of Amazon is over $3,000 a share at the moment. So again, it's completely unrealistic with the budget we're using at the moment to buy one full share of each of these growth stocks. Hence why I'll be using a broker with fractional shares. eToro does this as well. Now currently I'm looking at some others like Free Trade, but currently it's not kind of available in Ireland at this moment in time. But if you have any kind of suggestions as well, please link in the description below, and I'll be sure to look into these brokers before I dive in over the next few days. Now we can see on screen here that I want to have 10 stocks overall in this growth portfolio. The first 5 here are the ones that I picked off the bat, and again, most people probably would have the likes of these in their growth portfolio. We have Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Tesla, and Alphabet Class A or Google. So again, I know Facebook is after changing to Meta as well, so Meta. So we're going to leave these 5 at the moment. Now I'm currently up in arms as well with picking the other 5 at the moment. Now the top 5 here are the more kind of obvious growth stocks, but I do want to have a few more as well, kind of as we go forward into the next few years, and kind of pick them out myself as well in terms of some up and coming stocks that I do believe will really kick off in the years to come. So that's kind of where we're at the moment with the growth stock portfolio. As I said, I will have this started and kicked off before the end of the year with all 10 stocks in a portfolio, probably fractional shares and a few hundred only invested at the beginning, but definitely I'll have the foundation set up and ready to kick on as we go into 2022. My dividend portfolio is next on the list, and this was the one we've been working on over the last few weeks. Now we currently have a very small amount of capital invested here, about 500 or so, and we're up about 0.5% at this moment in time. Now again, if you haven't seen my prior videos, we have 50 stocks overall across all different sectors, all blue chip companies as well. Now again, I'll make a video down the line as well on why I want 50. There's no real magic number when it comes to dividend portfolio. Some might think it's too much and some might think it's too little to have in a long-term dividend portfolio of 50 stocks, but I'm quite happy with the mix we have here. Again, over time, the compounding effect and dollar cost averaging and the dividend payments as well will certainly reap rewards over the coming years. But definitely, This portfolio isn't a get rich quick scheme at all. This is definitely one of the safer, longer term portfolios that will really pay off over time. So again, we have no more updates here as of now, really, to be honest. We have this foundation set, just like I want to do with my grow portfolio. And again, as we go into next year, I really start lumping in cash here when I see fit to really start getting this going. Next up, we have my ETF portfolio, which I'll be using DeGiro for, or DeGiro. Again, this was probably the first broker I used when I started investing about 2 years ago now. Time really is flying by. But again, this is where I'm going to be using my ETFs. Now, I wanted to originally have my grow portfolio here, but as mentioned earlier, you cannot buy fractional shares on DeGiro at this moment in time. So hopefully down the line, if they do start using fractional shares, I will use it a lot more. But for the time being, I'm going to be playing it safe with this broker. I'm buying the ETFs in this, and I'm only be buying one, and that's going to be the S&P 500. Now, I could have also bought this on Trading 212, but unfortunately, you cannot buy it in euro there. You only can buy it on the London Stock Exchange, which is in pound sterling. So that's kind of another reason here as well. And I do want to start spreading out my risk, particularly once my portfolios start to grow in value. Again, in terms of protection, if one of these brokers, on the unlikely event went bust, I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. So again, just like my other portfolios, I do want to have this kicked off before the end of the year, and again in 2022 we really start pumping in money. But for the end of this year, I'm going to buy one ETF in the S&P 500, which probably is currently about €80 or $80 or so. I haven't really checked yet, but again, it's very manageable. We're only going to buy one at the moment, and again in 2022 we'll start buying probably a few of these ETFs in the S&P 500 every month consistently. The fifth investment vehicle is admittedly one that I don't know a whole lot about at this moment in time, hence why we haven't actually started this portfolio yet, and that is in cryptocurrency. Now we're going to be using Coinbase for this investment vehicle, and again we'll only be buying a tiny amount at the beginning, probably only a few hundred here and there just to get it kicked off, and then slowly dollar cost average when the markets go down, because as you can imagine, and you're probably already aware, cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. It can jump up 5 or 10% at any given time for no reason at all. So again, as we don't want to play it completely too safe, because we'll definitely have to start taking some risks if we want to get to that 1 million in the 5-year period, considering how much capital we're starting off with. So that's why we are having the likes of crypto in here as well to kind of offset the safe dividend stock portfolio, or the ETFs as well. So again, going forward, I'll probably only just get into Bitcoin, being completely honest. I don't want to kind of jump into a lot of these kind of speculative plays either. All of these kind of smaller coins that are popping up and kind of getting shut down every few weeks. So Bitcoin is probably where I'm going to start here. The sixth income stream or investment vehicle is one that I've actually surprisingly haven't spoken about before, and that is YouTube in terms of ad revenue and sponsorship deals. Now again, I've been asked a few times at this stage to do some sponsorships, but I haven't yet because, again, in my own personal opinion, it feels like you're really just lying to the viewer, especially like you can't really give a bad review if someone's actually paying you money. So that's probably why I haven't started yet, and I haven't found a sponsor that I actually believed in yet. So if we do down the line, maybe that might be the case. But again, over the last year or so, I have been monetized on YouTube, and again, as you're probably aware, you get paid for ad revenue here as well. So again, it's definitely not breaking the bank at all by any stretch of imagination, this capital. But again, and obviously it's not the reason I started the channel. I do this because I'm very interested in finance, but again, it's definitely one of the perks of YouTube as well, getting paid. So again, I haven't made videos on this before, so maybe at the start of next year we can make a kind of breakdown video on how much I actually made on YouTube in 2021. And once we make that video, we'll then put that onto my tracker as well to get to that 1 million. Now obviously the pearl, or the best thing about YouTube, is that it has a compounding effect over time. So you might be making only a few cents in the first few months or even years of YouTube, but definitely the domino effect or the ripple effect on YouTube over time certainly pays off for a lot of YouTubers if you keep up with that, if you keep up the process, that is. So again, I'm kind of looking forward to making that video as well, because surprisingly I thought I would have made that video a long time ago. But again, we'll keep that figure as well for when we make the video at the start of next year, but that's definitely going to be one of my income streams going forward. And the seventh investment vehicle at this moment in time is kind of a mix of a lot of things, ranging from everything from my normal 9-to-5 job as such, so what I do with that capital in terms of budgeting, saving, etc. Another few kind of business ideas I have, both online and offline in particular for a lot of these ideas as well, that are kind of in the pipeline at the moment. Now certainly a lot of these haven't taken off at all yet, but once we kind of start going with a few of these, I will start updating you accordingly. I'm really looking forward to starting those other business ideas as well, because predominantly this channel is all about stocks, but again, there's definitely more to kind of investing as well outside of stocks. So I'm looking forward to giving you updates when I see fit here as well. And that's kind of the 7 kind of overall income streams we have at this moment in time. Now, again, most millionaires have multiple, probably 20 to 25 income streams. So I will be looking to add here over time. Again, and mainly the main point of this is because any one of these, you might make a whole lot of money. But again, if you have 20 to 25 different income streams, they definitely build up. And once you combine all of these every month or every year, it really does start adding up. So definitely, kind of at the back end of 2022, I would like to get this income streams up to at least 10. Now, obviously, there's no point in getting 20 for the sake of it. They have to be profitable as well. So I'm really looking forward to expanding this over time and definitely keeping you all guys in the loop in terms of where we are at in terms of getting to that €1 million net worth within the 5 years. So that's pretty much the end of today's video. I just want to give you an update on where we're at as we come into the end of 2021 and as we kind of kickstart into 2022 as well. Again, as mentioned at the start of the video, I will be making one more video before the end of the year. But if I don't see you before then, I hope you all have a great Christmas and I will see you all in the new year.